All right, let's go. I see Brett's back. Brett.
Hello.
All right. Your turn, mate.
What's that?
What have you learned? What have you been for the last 37 minutes?
I don't think it was 37 minutes. I think it was about 17, and we had a breakdown for Complan.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Not Complan, sorry, Delta. I was thinking rollers. Likewise, what sort of was a lot of things that surprised me last time we did the course, or not surprised me, but I found interesting. Why people make decisions stood out, 80% emotions and 20% logic. I would have thought that would be almost the other way around, especially dealing with procurement guys with spreadsheets and so on. Being more aware of is just staying present in conversations. I have a tendency to sort of get distracted or sort of can start switching off halfway through a conversation. So just trying to keep on point, stay involved in a conversation. And one of the basic things I implemented after the last course was just making more phone calls instead of sending emails. So I think it's kind of easy just to send emails, but I just think that personal touch of making a phone call and actually talking to somebody adds a lot more value.
Good stuff. Thanks.
That's me.
Can I just
sorry, that's step away.
That's all right.
Brett, can you just stay on the line there for a sec, mate? Because I'm really interested, right? In your, and I'm not having a crack here, right? But your statement about emotions,
yeah,
you thought it would be the other way around?
Oh, not so much the other way around, but I would have thought it'd be a lot more even than.
Well, I'm going to do, you just give me something else to work with too, right? Because everyone else, okay. What I heard was you thought it was the other way around. Did everyone else hear that? Okay, so 2 points on that, right? The first one, which was what I was going to make, was that then you bookended your comments by saying when you spoke to people, all right, it made a big difference. That's because they feel more connected to you when you speak to them as opposed to an email. So they're making a call on emotion there more so than they are on just the rationality of reading a black and white email. You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. The second thing, really interestingly, was that whilst you might have meant it was 50-50, what came out of your head was the first thing that came to your mind, right? That's that 125 900 rule. So that's we can speak at 125 words per minute, but think at 900. So what came out of your mouth wasn't what you actually thought. It was just what came out of your mouth. So the reason, Brett, you're finding yourself distracted is for no other reason than you're a human being, mate. And the only way through that is to breathe, hydrate, be conscious and let them finish. All right. And the fourth thing is to draw that imaginary triangle between their eyes. But breathe and hydration are the two most important things you can do, mate, to manage that distraction. Right, so
good stuff. But I mean, I've got to be honest. I'm encouraged by people being open and honest about that stuff. You know, it is a bit confronting sometimes to realize we're not great listeners. I was definitely confronted by the 86%. I thought it was probably about 50-50, right? But 86% of us think we're good listeners. Thanks, Brett. Good one.
Hey, Corey, just on Brett's reality, I think it might be similar for Dave, maybe. I mean, obviously that you know, the percentage that's emotional versus sort of commercial, I guess we might say, it's going to vary in different situations, and there's averages. But in a cold hard tender that's been run by a procurement team for barriers on a job, there's going to be less personality and less emotion in that than there might be in some other general transactions.
That's a good one. And I think what I really like, what I'm encouraged about today is not actually the percentages, guys, is that we actually have thought about it. And we go into a customer and go, okay, maybe this guy isn't the 80% emotion. So let me make sure my 20% logic works. And so I think that's the key out of it, right? The other thing is, we all of us have done disc profiles, right? And sometimes I would argue some of those profiles are 80% logic. So it's reading your customer's personality too. We'll probably get to at some point in the future. Me and Charlie have spoken about that. But yeah, Brett, good one. Thank you very much.